Places in the World is one of my favorite songs on Teaching Peace. I have sung this song for these last 30 years. It's been one of my mainstay songs. It never fails to make people smile and, share where they've been in the world. It's just a wonderful thing. But let me tell you how the song was written. Before we started writing Teaching Peace, I was out on tour with the Limelighters, as I was during this whole period. I worked with the Limelighters from 1981 through 1988. And during that time, we toured all over. And on one of our tours, we were in Elko, Nevada, which is kind of out of the way. And it was rainy and gray and miserable, and we were performing at night. And so during the day, I found myself one day in the Elko, Nevada Public Library. And you walk in the door, and there was this pedestal with a world atlas open on it. Now, I've always been a National Geographic guy. I love maps. I just love seeing where everything is. So I walked up to this open atlas, and I'm looking, and I realized all of a sudden, oh my gosh, there are places that rhyme with each other, even though they're from completely different parts of the world. The one that really hit me was Bangalore in India and Baltimore in Maryland. And I said, ooh, this is really interesting. So I took the big book over to one of those big library tables. I went over to the librarian. I said, do you have a piece of paper I could borrow and a pen or a pencil? And I sat for the next hour looking all over the world for finding places that would rhyme, especially if they were far apart and from different language groups. And I left Elko, Nevada Public Library that day with a list of all these places that rhymed. I said, this is awesome. Got back to the hotel room. I'm trying to figure out how Bombay, Cape May, Mandalay, Baffin Bay, Baghdad, Leningrad, Ashgabat, Trinidad. No, it wasn't working. So I stuck it in a folder. Fast forward, I don't know, was it a year, something later? Kathy and I are working on the songs for Teaching Peace. And I pulled this sheet out and I said, honey, there's something here. I don't know what it is. I tried singing it. It was terrible. But there's something here. And she looked at it and she said, you could just say it. And we could write something at the beginning, middle, and end that would tie it together and give people a sense about, all these places in the world where people live, just like you and me. And that's what we did. These are places in the world. Some you know, some you don't. Some you'll visit, and some you won't. Some are near, some are far. Some sound exotic, like Zanzibar, because these are places in the world. Bombay, Cape May, Mandalay, Baffin Bay, Baghdad, Leningrad, Ashgabat, Trinidad, LA, Norway, Paraguay, Monterey, Singapore, Ecuador, Bangalore, Baltimore. These are places in the world. Fiji, Sicily, Nagasaki, Tennessee, Cairo, Quito, Borneo, Idaho, Taiwan, Dijon, Saigon, Tehran, Guatemala, Oklahoma, Argentina, North Dakota. These are places in the world. Some are new, some are old. Some are hot and some are cold. Some are low and some are high. Some are wet and some are dry. Because these are places in the world. Glasgow, Oslo, Fresno, Tsingtao, Falkland, Auckland, Yucatan, Disneyland, Libya, Namibia, Romania, Pennsylvania, Bora Bora, Walla Walla, Costa Rica, Bratislava. These are places in the world. Krakow, Chongqing, Moscow, Tokelau, Dominique, Pikes Peak, Mozambique, Bitter Creek, Warsaw, Moose Jaw, Saskatoon, Cameroon, Haifa, Mecca, Bethlehem, Jerusalem. These are places in the world. High on a mountain, down on the plain, deep in the jungle, in the middle of the rain. Children laugh and children play, everywhere, every day, because these are places in the world.